Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and this will be the review on the newly released Arkham Knight 1/6 scale Hot Toys figure. That's him right over there, and over there is the last version of a Kevin Conroy Batman we got from Hot Toys as the Arkham City version. So the most recent game and the game that came before it. You can see with the box here, we just move Batman. Very simple but true to the game packaging artwork on the Arkham City game. That's a backdrop that you get with this figure. We just move Batman over there for a sec. You can see how they kept it. They kept it quite similar. Obviously this one's more white, this one's more black. Very nice. Now before I started shooting this review, I did put out a little video on Facebook just asking everyone to get involved and leave a question, anything they'd like to know in particular or see in this review. They could let me know in the comments on the Facebook video. And the thing that came up the most was, what is the articulation like on this figure, and how is the cape? Those were the two main questions I was getting, so don't worry, I will cover that. Alright, let's take a look at the accessories. You have a mouth plate there, that's just kind of a neutral, slightly grumpy expression. Then you've got a second mouth plate with the teeth showing, that's pretty cool. You get the hologram, which I did put on him for the True Light review outdoors. And I have to warn you, once you put this in, don't push it in too tight because it's basically impossible to take it out again. I had to remove the hand, take the gauntlet off, and take the gauntlet to a hairdryer and heat it up, and then I was able to finally get that hologram accessory free from the gauntlet. It was very scary. I thought I was going to break the hologram, but it was okay in the end. I had to use the hairdryer, so bear that in mind. You get lots. I'm not going to try and name what every one of these little guns is, because I just honestly can't remember. I know that's like the gel blasty thing to get through walls. That's the line launcher, obviously his batarangs. That's like the freeze blast, grapnel gun. But I can't really remember exactly what that is. I think that might attach to maybe this. This was the, I think this is the tracking gun. I remember using something like this to track cars when I was just patrolling the city. But you get some really good stuff. Oh, and these little, I think these are cool, because this is like, I wonder if this is similar to what Daredevil had for his nunchuckers. I don't know, but it feels kind of like very, very strong, but obviously bendable. So that's pretty sweet. It comes with a bunch of hands for holding different accessories. They seem to be painted nicely. See, I had to do a lot of this kind of repainting on the Arkham City version myself, because on his knuckles they were meant to be silver and they're not, they're just blue when he comes stock out of the box. So it was like he was not finished with the paint job, so I had to go in and do a bit of a black wash on his suit and put some kind of weathering on his gauntlet blades. See, none of that was there originally. Just zoom in. Yeah, see all that sort of wear and tear? I had to dry brush that with silver paint myself, and same for the boots, because they were just far too clean. But I won't be doing anything like that to this one. This one actually does have quite a bit of weathering on him. We'll get a close look at that soon, but you can see just on the boots there, see how they've done it? Really nice. Very nice weathering. Yep, but you get some great accessories, pretty much everything you'd want for him. Some people might say an interchangeable head, like maybe Bruce Wayne instead, I suppose, but I'm pretty happy with this. Okay, so I know you guys really want me to get on with the articulation, so I will get to that next. I just wanted to do a quick height comparison between the Arkham City version and the Arkham Knight version. And as you can see, not just because of the extra armor on the latest version, he is taller than himself a few years back. So that is inconsistent. I mean, the other thing is, with this version, you're going to find it hard to get these legs to stay together. Say if you wanted him to stand like that, he won't do it. That's about as close as you're ever going to get those legs to be together, standing up straight. But with the Arkham City version, the articulation in his legs was actually pretty damn good. He could do a fair amount in his legs. It was the there we go. So yeah, see, he can stand up nice and straight. Arkham City Batman has really solid ankles and big ass feet, so he can stand up without a base quite well, despite him falling over just then. That was my fault, but He has really good balance. So, there you have it. That's the Arkham City Batman, very much standing up straight, as much as I can do it with the Arkham City version, and the Arkham Knight version, and the Arkham Knight version is taller than the last one. Just come back so you can see. Let me just get a bit closer. Yeah, so there's the likeness on the first one. Stubble effect on his face. Nice paint job on the eyes. And then over here, the more updated version. Okay, so let's get on with the articulation. Now I'm just going to tell you straight, I knew going into this that this figure wouldn't have great articulation, and if he was able to move his arms because of the nature of how his suit's been put together and the materials they've used to get a very accurate look, you'd never want to leave him with his arm bent for very long, because you can just see, even with his arms straight, it's kind of wrinkling, you know. So you bend the elbow, he's got a nice elbow bend, but you see what's going on here. That's not pretty, and you're not going to want to leave him like that for any longer than a couple of minutes. I had him in a pose where he was holding this gun with both hands, and you know, I left him like that for about half an hour. And when I put his arms down, you know, there was like a permanent sort of mark, and it's still there actually. Let me just zoom in. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it with this camera. I'm using a different older camera for the tripod stuff. I can always show you this mark that's here with my phone afterwards, but there is a permanent line going across there now because I had his arm bent for about half an hour in this kind of position. So you're not going to want to leave him like that for very long. There doesn't seem to be any articulation in his neck, it's all just in the head joint. So he can look up about that much, which is basically nothing. He can look down that much, which is not much at all. But he can look from side to side quite well. Maybe side to side and up a bit in this direction, that's not too bad. That would allow you to get some kind of epic looking up at the sky kind of pose. See, on a figure like this where you can't really be messing around with the arms or the legs too much, you really need the head to be saying something, because that's the only thing you've really got to work with to get your own identity or your own individuality in your display. Because even though he can do that, you can see on these kind of Deadpool-esque leather sections in here, it's really wrinkling up. Don't know if you can see, but it's the same kind of thing as with Deadpool on his suit. So that's about as high as he can lift his arms up. That's about the limit. And you can turn as well, but then this is really getting stressed out. See that? So you don't want to do that too much. But yeah, you could do that. You could take a couple of pictures, put him back to normal again, hopefully no harm done. But you ain't going to be displaying him like this. That's for damn sure. No sir. Now torso wise, what does he have? Yeah, do you know what, because of this, I think this all being one solid piece laid over the top of the kind of vinylish, rubbery kind of underneath, that is all just one big chunk. So you're not going to be able to, a little bit of turn. Yeah, no, not much. That's about as much as you're going to get him to turn to the side. And he doesn't really look up or anything. He can't really bend down either. It's just the legs that are letting me do things. See? It's just these joints here that are letting me get any kind of up and down. This bit, the whole top torso here, there's really nothing. It's a shame. Alright, what have his legs got to say for themselves? Okay, so trying to move his leg forward. This is going really wrinkly when I'm trying to do that. as opposed to how it looks when it's straight. See that there's clean, untouched. Been messing with this side, trying to lift it up. It's starting to get really ugly. I hope that doesn't sort of permanently screw it up. Legs don't go back because of this. His knee, you've got a great bend there. Wow, that's pretty damn good, to be fair. But you're really going to stress out the back section here, so I don't know if you want to do that. But that's a great bend though in the knee. Legs don't go apart more than that. That's as much as you got. And his ankle has some pretty great articulation. All the pivot and back and forward. Nice and stiff. He stands up good by himself. But he really is basically a statue with a moving head and turning wrists and pivoting ankles. But that's about it. But like I said, I knew that going in, and it doesn't disappoint me because I totally expected it. Because of the nature of this suit and the bulk of the character. It's one of those ones where you're never going to get the arms flushed down by his sides like how you'd want. They're always going to be kind of sticking out like this. That always kind of frustrates me. It always did with the Arkham City version 2. I've seen people do mods to try and fix that. But yeah, who has the better articulation out of these two? I would have to, well, it's a tough one. They're basically the same. I'd be slightly inclined to say this one because he has good leg articulation. Because the separation here, you can get some pretty sweet leg movement. Whoa! Okay, so it occurred to me, why not try and put every 1/6 scale Batman figure on the same shelf and we can get a look at all the different heights. So I used to have the Batman Begins various versions by Hot Toys, and I used to have like the Dark Knight suit, the DX12, stuff like that, but I was never really happy with them. So I did sell the Batman Begins suit and the Dark Knight suit by Hot Toys, and I ended up with the Enterbay Batman to represent Batman Begins, and the Hot Toys 1/4 scale Dark Knight Rises Batman to represent the Dark Knight suit. But it would be nice to have those two suits in 1/6 scale again, but I'm not going to buy any of the older ones. I'm just going to wait and see what happens in the future. So let's get a look at these guys all standing together. They're all just standing on their feet. There's no bases involved, so you can get a real sense of who's who and who's taller and who's shorter. Right, starting off, I'll just go through who they are and who made them. So you've got your Hot Toys Arkham City Batman. That's the Kevin Conroy Batman. All stock parts, but I have repainted a lot of him to make him look more weathered. Here we have the Medicom Hush Batman. He's all stock, nothing changed on him. Here we have the Ben Affleck Batman vs Superman Hot Toys figure. I've done the beef mod on him. Check out the channel to find out what that is. He now has the ultimate movie accurate Unreal Customs cape. There's a review on the channel of that. It's absolutely stunning. But I haven't repainted the suit or anything. It's just beefed him up and the custom cape. Then we have the Michael Keaton Batman Returns Batman. He's got Jackson XU cape on. Really sweet. Then we have the new Arkham Knight Batman. The only thing I've done to him so far is used hair clips, about 3 of them, to kind of keep his cape as calm as it looks right here, because there is a lot of cape there and it can spread out quite far. So you'll find that without any kind of hair clips or anything like that, it's just going to be all over the place. So he's got about 3 hair clips in his cape right now, just keeping it straight down his back. But he is a tall one. And we've got the Batman Begins, the one sort of representation of the Christopher Nolan trilogy I have in 1/6 scale, and that's the Demon Batman from Batman Begins, but that's the same height as the regular Batman Begins Batman, so that kind of can represent the Christian Bale one quite nicely. He's got a custom cape made by me, all kind of burnt and melted velvet. It's a pretty cool effect. And we've got the Batman vs Superman Armored Batman. I'm expecting the battle damage version of this to turn up any day now, so get ready for that. Coming to the channel too. It's a shame he's not here now, because, well, mind you, it's not, because there's no room left on that shelf. I really had to cram them in together to fit them on there. And you've got the original Michael Keaton. with a custom cape. This one, I believe it's Jackson XU, this cape. Really nice. You see the light catching in Michael Keaton's eyes there. Crazy likeness, crazy figure, still to this day. Not much in the way of posability, but a posable cape really does help with that. So, the tallest ones would be the Arkham City Batman, the Ben Affleck regular suit Batman, the Arkham Knight Batman, the armored Batman from BVS. Everyone else, like the Keaton, the Demon, the other Keaton, and the Hush by Medicom, they're all a little bit shorter. So, I'll just get a quick up and down of everyone. Just so you can see. Obviously this one's more of a comic book kind of look. He has got a wire in his cape all the way through it. Don't forget to check out the new review on this new cape by Unreal Customs. And check out the review for this Jackson XU cape, which is really nice for your Batman Returns figure. Custom cape wise, as far as this new Arkham Knight's concerned, I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. I'll have to take a look at how his cape actually attaches to the body. Somewhere underneath those shoulder plates, I think. Yeah, there's the Demon from my favourite Batman film of all time. From one of my favourite scenes from any Batman film. And this one's just a beast. Alright, so that's all of them together. Hope you enjoyed that little peek. Does look pretty sick. You've got the Batman comics above it as well. Alright, so I got him on the rotating base and got the nice big bright LED shining right at him and the torch on the camera as well, so we're not going to miss a trick here. We're going to get every little detail. So there's the, I guess you call some kind of paint app on his cape. It's like a fake leather. And as to how it attaches, let's just take him back a bit. See, I don't know if you're going to be able to get to this. I don't know if custom capes is going to be an option. Maybe someone's going to be able to figure out a way to take off this shoulder and the back of the neck here. But, I mean, that seems pretty solidly attached to me. I don't know how you get to that. Could be a very risky mod. But, yeah, so the cape attaches somehow underneath all that shoulder and traps. That's the word I'm looking for, is trap armor. But look at the face. Let's just check that out. It's pretty decent. I'll have to change out the mouth plate soon. Let's see. It's like some kind of vinyl rubber. What about underneath the cape? Let me just lift the cape up. Check out his butt. Yep, he hasn't got some freakishly weird butt like the Ben Affleck Batman does. It's actually a pretty cool undersuit. Look at that. That's pretty sweet. But yeah, I can't really see how the cape attaches. Now I've had to use hair clips to keep this cape under control. Kind of kept folding it in on itself. And it's still pretty damn messy. There's just a lot of cape there, really. It's a lot to work with. But I think he should be able to do the spread cape pose like he's landing. Or jumping off a rooftop. So I'll try that out. Let's just take a look at his boots. Some really nice weathering on these. As you can see. It's quite intense weathering, really. A lot of scratches. Let's check out this one. Yeah, that's nicely done. Saves me having to do it. His belt's very nice as well. All the details are there. Gauntlets coming round. Get a look at that. Now I've tried to get him in some kind of fight stance, something that you could maybe have on your shelf, get him looking like he's coming at you about to kick some ass, but again, you don't want to leave his arms in this position, and I've tried to lift them up higher, but gradually they're coming down by themselves because of how thick his suit is. And you can see the extreme sort of tension on the elbow, or the inner elbow of the suit there. That's not going to be good for that long term. So I wouldn't suggest leaving him like this for long. Really do just have to find a way to have him displayed, standing upright, move his head, get him holding all the various accessories. I'm sure that will make it look slightly different. There's a wire in the cape, so you're going to be able to pose the cape to make it look like it's blowing in the wind. That's going to help too. You will be able to find an individual look for your Batman. But I wouldn't go cancelling pre-orders and stuff on this guy. He's, you know, we knew that he wasn't going to be the most articulated. He just looks incredible. And as I say, depending on how you pose your cape and what accessories you have him holding and what direction he's looking in, your subtle little things with his leg stance and stuff, you're going to be able to find your own look for this guy. I don't see anyone regretting owning this thing. It's a beast. Not the beast. That's that one up there. But it is a beast. A member of the Beast family. Let's see what we can do with this cape. I'm going to be using a dynamic stand to see if I can get him to look like he's jumping off a rooftop, spreading his cape. Let's just have a look at the wingspan. It's pretty impressive. That's just one side. Don't want to pull on it too hard because he might fall over because he's just standing on his feet right now. But yeah, you can see, impressive wingspan. Nice. Okay, this was hard work. Getting him to hold on to the cape. I was looking at the hands to give you 4 holding on to the cape and probably holding on to his batarangs and other little bits and pieces and thinking that should be easy enough. But it just keeps slipping out and dropping down, so hopefully it should hold for this take. Don't want to leave his arms like that for too long, but there you can see you can pull something like this off, but you would not want to leave him like that for long. Take a couple of pictures, put him back again. So there you go, the wire in the cape. Now the situation with that is there are 3 wires. There's not one in the end like here. It's actually going one here, one in the center, and then another one here. So that's where that is. Let me just turn him a bit for you. So it looks pretty impressive. I mean, you can't turn his head down. That's the thing. There's really, because of the lack of articulation, and that's as much as you can get him to look up. I don't know, maybe you could tilt this down further, get it maybe look like he's kind of gliding, but not really. See, there's no wire in this bit, it's just here. Still, there you go, there's your gliding. My attempt at a gliding pose. It's just down to the lack of articulation, really. It's just such a bulky figure, it's just really difficult. Does look quite cool. I'll take a few pictures before I change this. Pop them on Instagram. DNAP333. You go ahead, you follow me. Yeah. Alright, just tweaking it one last attempt to try and make this look a bit more cool. I think it slightly looks better than before. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. Go ahead and you soak that up. Like a sponge, absorb the awesomeness. Look at that. Yep, I do like it. I like that. We'll just get a look at his cape. Again, the texture seems to be some kind of print or paint effect. And yeah, to touch it, it doesn't feel kind of tacky or anything like that. Like kind of like a sticky feeling to it. There's nothing like that. It's very smooth and it has a leathery kind of feel and look to it as well. It's quite reflective. That's with the light sort of reflects off it, as you can see. Throughout filming this review, it's now daylight outside, and it was nighttime before, so the lighting might be a bit better. But you know, I've been messing around a bit, trying to get him to look like he's gliding and landing, and now I'm just trying to go for some kind of holding the cape, like trying to wrap it around him. So I don't know, it's like whenever you try and mess with it, he'll let go of the cape, and then it takes another 5 minutes to get it to hold on to again. because of the bulk of the dude. It's just hard to get him to do that brooding kind of wrapping the cape around him thing. You're not really going to be able to do it any more than this. But you could try and make that work somehow. If he was hanging upside down, actually, that's an idea. Let me see if I can make that work. Oh, there he is, in full predator mode, hanging upside down. Cape wrapped around him, ready to line grab, or what was it called again? Inverted takedown, whatever it was. Just messing around. I suppose you could try and do that better, but there's a display option for you. Someone could put that in the detail. Upside down Batman. You can fit it all in there. There you go. Predator mode. Come at it from the side. Just like in the game. Well, there's a pretty sweet pose for him. He's looking decent. I've taken the hair clips out of the cape now, so you're seeing it as you'd have it. Just all kind of loose and just hanging down. That looks pretty sweet. Holding on to 2 batarangs. That's both the ones you get with them. Looks pretty cool. Able to get a nice bit of articulation out of his legs. It's subtle, but it does allow you to get him to look like he's moving. You could leave him like this for a little while, I guess. I mean, I did get some slight creases in my sort of inner elbow there on the sort of more silver part, but it's nothing major, and you can just call it battle damage at the end of the day, because he's already got all the scuffs and marks all over his armour. See there on the edges and on the gauntlets. There's plenty of scuffs on his boots. You've got plenty of scrapes and wear and tear, so a little bit of creasing in your suit from posing him isn't going to be the end of the world, I don't think. The suit is very tough feeling, so I don't think it's ever actually going to rip, but you might get some little lines and wrinkles, which I would say big deal, unless you're obsessed with keeping this in absolute mint condition. But where's the fun in that? You know, you gotta pose them. Have some fun. Look at that, that looks sick. Yeah, just tweak the pose a little, got him holding the cape. Try to use the wire a little bit on the other side, because it looks like it's kind of got a bit of momentum, a bit of movement. Took one of the batarangs out of the equation, don't want to overcomplicate things. And there he is. Looking pretty sweet. Just look how good these two look together. I really hope Hot Toys bring out an Arkham City Catwoman. That's what I've been basing all my custom Catwomans on. That and a combination of the Adam Hughes look. But I would really hope that they bring us the Arkham City version. Now that they're doing Arkham Knight stuff, it could be an Arkham Knight version situation, but they really toned her back visually in that one. It was like they got a load of complaints from people after Arkham City saying, "Oh, she's too sexy." But yeah, they really need to do an Arkham City version of Catwoman. The repaint on the head by Laboratory Effects in Spain, just amazing. Made the eyes so green, so alive. Batman's happy. He has his queen. Yeah. Look at that. Just come back. You can soak that up. Take it in. Let it register. God damn. Yeah. I just think they look amazing. I'd have to probably display them together for a little while, I think. It's too good an opportunity to miss. But come on, Hot Toys. Give us that Arkham City Catwoman. Make me happy. Make dreams come true. And then you can tackle Street Hawk. Jesse Mark and the bike. I'll let you off. Call it square. Look at that. That looks freaking awesome. Alright, well that's enough of Batman and Catwoman. I'm just looking around the room here. You can remember if you watch the channel regularly how neat and tidy everything was a couple of months back. Look at this. That's just one corner. I mean, that shelf is a total mess. No one is really meant to be where they're supposed to be. That base is just simply holding up the velvet from a previous photo shoot. which I haven't bothered to take down. There's all the Batman figures minus the Arkham Knight one that I've put up there. I might kind of leave that like that for a bit, but that was where my horror display was. Now everything's just, look, there's the silhouette of Michael Myers. That looks really freaky. Can't see any detail, just the outline and the hair. Scary. Oh, and there's the wig that I bought so I could try and do the Michelle Pfeiffer custom work. Didn't work out, so now the T800 wears that proudly. And over here it's just a total mess. Look at Chucky. It's totally fragged. Get out of it. There's Michael there, not Michael Myers, there's Jason over there just so I could take him off the shelf. I've weathered him up totally now. He's all weathered. I have to do a video on that. It's just a mess. Look, there's another Michael Myers up there, not just any Michael Myers. A one's custom Michael Myers. Look at that, yeah. I'll come out of that. I have to review that soon. But yeah, it's just chaos. You got T, Turtles, Titties, Bases, Freddy's over there. He's fragged. It's just a total chaos. He'd love it. You'd love this, Mr. J. Total chaos. Okay, so let's try and get a good look at his face. So we've got some natural light coming in the window very close by, and a big LED light shining right in his mush, so we should be able to see pretty good look at the likeness here. Now, it's based on a video game character. Obviously, this is, you know, a Hot Toys interpretation of that character. It's pretty, I guess, would it be the same thing? Because there's a lot of pictures online, like when you're looking for wallpapers from the Arkham Knight games or something, you're going to find a lot of pictures of Batman to use as a reference. It looks like they've done a pretty good job. The eyes are done well. The black makeup around the eyes is done well. Let me see if I can zoom in any more without it blurring up. Okay. The stubble effect is very nice. The skin tone, all done really well. You can see some scratches and marks. Let me turn on the rotating base. Just get a look at it as it comes around. But yeah, he's got little chips and marks in his cowl. There's a lot of life in the eyes. All the detail in that neck as well. It's crazy. I'll change out the mouth plate. I was curious to know, because the mouth shape, at least the mouth section shape, does seem to be similar to the Arkham City version. So I was wondering if it might be possible to interchange those mouths. But we'll see. But let me change over to the more aggressive face sculpt. We'll see how that looks. Let's just turn that up. Turn it down. You don't get much up and down movement, to be fair. So, but that does look cool. Look at that. That angle right there. That is very nice. Yeah, I think they did a really good job. In case you want to see the back, there it is. Very intricate detail, all these different layers and stuff. It's just really interesting to look at. Alright, let's switch over the mouth plate. And here's the more aggressive mouth plate. I really do like it. Look at that. That looks awesome. Stubble's really good. Teeth done very well. Still looks like Batman from the game. Nice and angry. A lot of life in the eyes. Wish I had more time these days to do my showcase videos like I used to with the backgrounds and stuff. Working full time and keeping this channel going, especially the last 3 days. It's been non-stop, insane. Like, just constantly filming, editing and uploading. Sorry I haven't been able to reply to too many comments just yet, but it's been non-stop. I really want to review my one's custom Boo-Face Myers. Like, I want to do that more than anything, but I know you guys wouldn't be up for waiting for this review. So I have to get this done, but also keep my eye on the ball and do a good job. But look at that. That's amazing. Truly amazing. Yeah, I can't decide now which mouth plate I like more. This looks, especially from this angle right here, looks amazing. Alright, so I'm going to lay it out for you and we'll call it a day because I don't want this video to go on too long. got a lot of stuff to work on to bring you guys for Halloween. Lots of horror stuff, so I hope you're in the mood for that. Also got the battle damaged version of the BVS Armored Batman coming any day now, so expect the unboxing for that pretty damn soon. But this is a fantastic looking Batman figure. It doesn't really come to much when it comes to posing him and leaving him on display long term. We knew that going in. So it's really just a visual thing, and you can display him holding all kinds of different accessories that he comes with. Move the head, move the arms and legs slightly, position the cape with the wire in it any way you want, and kind of come up with your own look using those elements. But you're not going to be doing anything too extreme with this guy long term. But then again, why would you want to? He's such an imposing figure who just stands there looking amazing. Honestly, I would recommend it if you're a Batman fan. Don't cancel any pre-orders, get him, see how you feel, and then you could always sell him, but I don't think you're going to want to at all. This is a very cool Batman figure. A great game, not the best in the series. I think Arkham City was the best game, and also my favourite suit as well. I just prefer that more kind of simple look, although I understand why he had to have this kind of armour to fight the Arkham Knight army. They had some pretty intense weaponry, and he needed the upgrade in order to take them on. So, just a fantastic piece. I would definitely recommend it. I'd give it an 8 out of 10, just because of how technically impressive it is to look at, and pretty damn accurate as well. I'll take a slight lack of articulation in exchange for just sheer detail and impressiveness. Alright guys, let me know if there's anything else you want to see and I'll get it to you soon. Keep an eye out on the channel for the Ones Customs Myers review. Some video I did on the weathering of Jason by Sideshow, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Too much to think of right now. There's more custom cape action coming at you as well, Unreal Customs. Just a whole bunch of stuff to look forward to, so keep it locked, hit that bell so you get all the notifications. Let me know your thoughts on this. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Join me on Patreon if you want, join me on Instagram if you want, join me on Facebook if you want, join me on social media, full stop, I'm there baby. I'll see you later. This has been the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Arkham Knight Batman. And what a piece it is.